First and foremost, I'd like to thank Department of Physics and our teacher C.P. Sir of Namche Government College and Sikkim University to provide me such a platform to make a video for partial fulfillment of BSc Honors on Physics at 5th semester June to December 2020. My name is Roshan Kumar Rai and roll number 18NS0020, and this topic is carrying 25 marks instead of 25 practical examination or sessional B for our exam. My topic is pointing vectors and theorem. Let us start my topic.
As we all know, electromagnetic waves carry energy. As they propagate through space, they can transfer that energy to objects in their path. The rate of flow of energy in an electromagnetic wave is described by a vector as called the Poynting vector. As shown in figure, the direction of Poynting vector is in the direction of propagation vector k. And the Poynting vector is time-dependent vector and its magnitude varies in time. Poynting's theorem. To find the power in a uniform plane wave in 1884, John H. Poynting developed a power theorem for electromagnetic field using Maxwell's equation known as Poynting's theorem. It is written as surface integral S dot dA equals to minus volume integral E dot J dV minus del by del T volume integral epsilon square by 2 plus mu h square by 2 dV. Poynting vector. It is the cross product of the electric field vector and the magnetic field vector. It is denoted by S mathematically. S equals to E cross H, and the unit of S is given by E cross H equals to volt by length into current by length, which is equals to power by area. Therefore, S equals to watt per meter square. Let us talk about the significance of S. It measures the flow of electromagnetic energy per unit time per unit area, the area being placed normally to the direction of propagation of the electromagnetic wave. Average value of Poynting vector. For time varying fields varying sinusoidally, let the electric and magnetic fields vector both vary sinusoidally and can be written as E equals to E naught sin omega t equation 1, H equals to H naught sin omega t equation 2. Average Poynting vector, that is S, equals to 1 upon t integration limit 0 to t E cross H dt, or equals to 1 by t integration 0 to t E naught sin omega t cross H naught sin omega t dt. Now putting the value of t equals to 2 pi by omega and sin square omega t equals to 1 minus cos 2 omega t by 2, our equation becomes 1 by t E naught cross H naught integration 0 to 2 pi by omega 1 minus cos 2 omega t by 2 dt. Now on integration, our equation becomes E naught cross H naught by 2t in square bracket t minus sin 2 omega t by 2 omega limits 0 to 2 pi by omega. Now putting the limits in our equation becomes E naught cross H naught by 2t in square bracket 2 pi by omega minus sin 2 omega into 2 pi by omega by 2 omega. Equation 3. Or average Poynting vector equals to omega E naught cross H naught by 2 dot 2 pi in square bracket 2 pi by omega minus sin 4 pi by 2 omega, since t equals to 2 pi by omega. Or average Poynting vector S equals to omega by 4 pi E naught cross H naught in square bracket 4 pi minus sin 4 pi by 2 omega. Or average Poynting vector S equals to omega by 4 pi E naught cross H naught in square bracket 4 pi minus sin 720 degree by 2 omega. Since sin 720 degree equals to 0, our equation becomes omega by 4 pi E naught cross H naught into 4 pi by 2 omega. Or average Poynting vector S equals to E naught cross H naught by 2, or S equals to E naught by root 2 cross H naught by root 2. Therefore, our equation becomes, or the average Poynting vector S equals to ERMS cross HRMS. Poynting's theorem. As the electromagnetic wave propagates through matter from one point to another, there occurs a transist of electromagnetic energy. It is observed that in the process,
The law of conservation of energy holds good and it is referred to as Poynting's theorem. Now let us derive the Poynting's theorem. From Maxwell's field equations we have del cross E equals to minus U del H by del T, equation 1, and del cross H equals to J plus epsilon del E by del T, equation 2. Here J is conduction current density. Now taking dot on both sides of equation 1 we get H dot del cross A equals to minus mu del H by del T dot H, and H dot del cross E equals to minus mu half del 2 H by del T is equation 3. Now taking dot on both sides of equation 2 we get E dot del cross H equals to E dot J plus half epsilon del 2 E by del T, equation 4. Now subtracting equation 4 from 3 we get E dot del cross H minus H dot del cross E equals to E dot J plus epsilon by 2 del 2 E by del T plus mu by 2 del 2 H by del T, or E dot del cross H minus H dot del cross E equals to E dot J plus half del by del T square root of epsilon E square plus mu H square, equation 5. Using the formula A dot B cross C minus C dot B cross A equals to B dot C cross A, or A dot B cross C minus C B cross A equals to minus B dot A cross C, equation 6. From equation 5 and 6 we get minus del E cross H equals to E dot J plus del by del T square root of epsilon E square by 2 plus mu H square by 2, or minus del dot H equals to E dot J plus del by del T square root of epsilon E square by 2 plus mu H square by 2, since S equals to E cross H, or minus del dot S minus del by del T square root of epsilon E square by 2 plus mu H square by 2 is equals to E dot J, or del dot S plus del by del T square root of epsilon E square by 2 plus mu H square by 2 equals to minus E dot J, equals to equation 7. Integrating equation 7 over a volume V bounded by a closed surface A, we get volume integral del dot S dV plus del by del T volume integral epsilon E square by 2 plus mu H square by 2 dV equals to minus volume integral E dot J dV, or del by del T volume integral epsilon E square by 2 plus mu H square by 2 dV equals to minus volume integral del dot S dV minus volume integral E dot J dV, or minus del by del T volume integral epsilon E square by 2 plus mu H square by 2 dV equals to volume integral del dot S dV plus volume integral E dot J dV, equation 8. Equation 8 for over a volume V can be written over a surface area A as minus del by del T volume integral epsilon E square by 2 plus mu H square by 2 dV equals to surface integral S dot dA plus volume integral E dot J dV, equation 9. And equation 9 is called well-known Poynting's theorem relating to the flow of electromagnetic energy, and equation 9 is called the law of conservation of energy. Significance of Poynting's theorem. Number 1. The term surface integral S dot dA is the amount of energy flowing out per unit time, that is rate of energy flow out of the bounding surface area A. Number 2. The term del by del T epsilon E square by 2 plus mu H square by 2 dV is the rate of decrease of total energy, that is electric plus magnetic, of the electromagnetic field in the volume V. Number 3. The term volume integral E dot J dV is the work done by the field on the source with the energy dissipated in the form of joule heat in the volume V.